Good morning, everybody, and happy Sunday. Thought I'd come on, continue painting this design. I went ahead and redid the gingerbread. I didn't care for how that was going to be, so I cut that out and painted it. And what I realized, I said yesterday, you don't have to paint up top here. Well, in a sense you do, because there is going to be something you glue over top, but you've got that roof line, so you want to highlight that. So I went ahead and highlighted that. So we're going to continue on. I guess I'll start off by painting the white parts, the icing on these gingerbreads, because that's going to be a little time consuming, and also too, it's going to take several coats. So we'll continue on there, get that painted up. Good morning. So move that out of the way. Also too, something I did, I decided I was going to shade around the outside edges of the gingerbread. That's what I did. I'm just using a small brush to apply this icing on. You can use one of those Posco pens if you have that. I just don't care for them. So I just rather use my paintbrush. I won't be on here too long today because it's Sunday, it's football. Pretty sad today. Our Buckeyes lost. I think I would have played the game a little bit differently instead of making it a running game. Good morning. A passing game would have been more in line. We have wonderful receivers, and we didn't utilize them. Morning, honey. So pretty disappointed. Hopefully they don't drop too far down, but you never know. Something kind of tells me that I think Oregon's going to move to #1 spot, even though Texas won. They didn't really play anybody. I mean, nobody ranked like, Oregon beating #2. So we'll see what happens when the polls come out tomorrow. Like I said, hopefully we don't drop too far, but you never know. That ranking is something else, how they come up with it. I know. You can hear Grizzy. You can even hear, well, not the cows. Sometimes Snickers. You can hear Snickers. Good morning. So I just want to you're going to have to put a couple coats of this white paint on here. I could have made these to where they cut out and you glued on, but it's a small area, and I feel that they would have been fragile, and most likely they could have broke. And so I just chose to make them to where you paint them. I mean, if you were to buy the file and you had a laser cutter, you could make them to where you cut them out and glue them on. But I just, I thought they were too small. But laser cutters can cut small things, and you'll see as we continue on with this, I had some pretty small pieces to paint and then glue on. And I'll still leave that option available in the file, but you can also paint them as well. So now if you were to buy the wood kit, I would cut them out, and of course, because they're such tiny pieces, I always like to include a couple extra, because they can easily, get lost because they're so tiny. I just think that's a great customer service. It's kind of chilly here today. Definitely an overcast day. Really windy too. Fall is right around the corner. And then we all know what's after that. I might be able to get away with 2 coats. We do have a couple things that we need to paint white, so I'll probably go ahead and do those as well. I don't have a whole lot of room on my sticky board, but maybe I can make a little room. brush that I can use. I might be able to get away with this one. Good morning. Yeah, definitely a windy day today. I know we had some thunderstorms last night. I don't know if rain's in the forecast today or not. My Steelers are playing the Raiders. Could be interesting. Let's see if I can. So I'm just going to paint some of these parts for the house white because they're icing. And it's kind of trying to, like for the roof here, it's trying to portray snow, but it's actually icing. And then around this door, and I do have snow down below. I'll probably do that with a paintbrush, and I'll do that later. I won't do the whole thing. And I'm just using a sponge and lightly tapping on it because I'm trying, I don't want to get it over on the edges of this cut piece. Try and go so far. And as you can see, you know, on the other side of where this door is gonna, the icing for the door, there's a couple little humps there. And those are actually, what are those things called? I can't think what they're called because I don't like them. I don't eat them. Those little sugar candies. What are they called? Oh well, I can't think what they're called. But I'm gonna make them green. And I'll probably even put a little glitter on them. I might even splatter them. So it gives the illusion there's snow on there, but then gumdrops, that's what they're called. Ugh, I don't like those things. I'm not a, I don't like gummy bears. I don't like any of that stuff. That is not my thing. I'm not into jelly beans. I don't care for that. Definitely don't like those peep things at Easter time. Not really much of a candy person, period, to be honest with you. I'd rather eat chocolate, to be honest with you. And even then, I don't eat that much of that anymore. I don't really eat a whole lot of sweets. Used to. It's funny how things change as you get older. Might need to do one more coat on that, we will see. All right. And just one area. All right, I think since I have the smaller brush out, might as well go ahead and paint the eyes of these gingerbread. Get them out of the way. Oh, I forgot this. The egg. It's not going to take a whole lot of paint to paint these eyes. I like to turn my piece of wood when I'm painting these eyes. I just think it makes it easier. That's a lot of paint. I know you can't see that well. I have to, it's easier for me to hold this piece up and tilt it towards me to see better. And what I like to do if you're watching for the first time, I like to just get a bunch of paint, not a whole lot. I mean, don't go cuckoo. And put it in the center of the eye. And then I take my paintbrush and I kind of just move it out towards the edges. But I always start in the middle. That way, you're not going outside your lines. It's probably a little bit more time consuming, but I don't go outside my lines, and then my eye isn't getting out of shape. I'm not making it bigger than what it's supposed to be. And then I also, I'm turning my piece to make it easier to put the paint out. Then I just go back and lightly just kind of smooth out the excess paint that's in the middle. Alexa, what's the score of the Chicago-Jacksonville game?
Right now, the Bears are leading the Jaguars 14-3 with 13 seconds left in the second quarter.
Wow. Wouldn't guess that. All right. Could probably do the dots of this. I just like to use the stylus, put some paint on. Usually you want to do fresh paint. What the heck? See? Alright. I'll wipe that off because actually my paint is, I have old paint out here. You want fresh paint. I thought I was in an area that I was getting that. That's a little bit bigger than what I wanted. And that's just yikes. So, try again. Good enough. A little bit bigger than what I wanted, but it'll be fine. All right. Okay. What I decided after yesterday is I'm going to actually paint the top of this, well, the whole entire head, excuse me. I'm going to paint a light buttermilk. So I can go back and do some highlighting and shading to just even make it look more 3D. So that's how we'll do that. And I personally, I prefer to use light buttermilk over white anyways. I just kind of stuck with the white for the icing. So I'm just lightly tapping, trying to not get my paint in the score marks. More like a cream color, very light cream color. But you can definitely see the difference between this color and white. And we'll go back and do some highlighting and shading, like I said. Oh, Grizzy boy's having a bark fest out there today. Wow. He's got to be barking at the cats. And knowing the cats, they're probably chasing leaves that are flying off of the trees because it's windy. I'm heavy-handed with the paint today. Kind of doing it early. Really not too bad getting it on the sides. A little bit here and there, very lightly. Very minimal. I'm just using a wet wipe to remove that. And since I have it out, I might as well just look at everything. But honestly, pretty good. I don't cake on the paint, so chances of me getting something over the edges are, that's the key, is not caking on your paint. Okay, all right. I did put that paint on there pretty thick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shade and highlight this, but I'm gonna empty my water really good, let that dry. Make sure it's dry, because it's on there pretty good. Empty my water and I'll come back, shade and highlight those, start building a 3D looking effect by paint, and continue on here. I got about another hour I can go, maybe a little bit longer. So with that being said, I'll be right back. Okay. So we'll start highlighting. I'm just going to use white. And you're probably not going to be able to see it very well on camera. But I know in person, you'll be able to see it pretty good. Like I said, I know you're not going to be able to see this on camera, but I can see it in person. So I'm just kind of taking the white and highlighting above the score lines, and I will go back and put another coat on. And then I'm going to probably highlight outside edges as well. It's a very minimal highlight. I don't have enough. Whoa. I don't have enough paint on my brush. So I'll be going back over that again. What this will do is brighten up certain areas of this hat. Like I said, I know you can't really see it as well as I can in person, but it does make a difference. And if you go over it twice, you definitely will see it. Well, it's showing up a little bit in the camera, but not a whole lot. I just know from past experience, it's a very minimal highlight. But it does brighten it up. And then once I put the shading on, it'll help with that highlighting. I have no idea what he is barking about today. He's just barking to bark. And something I thought about when I was emptying my water is I'm actually gonna put some shiny white on the icing part of the roof, and then the icing part of the chimney, because it does, I mean, it's, the icing is supposed to portray snow, and then I'll also do it at the bottom, but I won't do it around the icing on the door. Like I said, this is very minimal, but I mean, you can see it in person. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'll let that dry real quick, and then I'm gonna come back and just paint on this bottom snow part. I know you can't see. I'm getting my score marks. Which I will have to dig out. Oh, that's too much paint. That's a Durley. I'm gonna go around that here one more time. Then I need to kind of go on the edges. I'll wait for this to dry. Because my shadow is gonna be here and underneath the curves. Too much water. Go figure on that. Alexa, what's the score of the Chicago Bears game?
Currently, the Chicago Bears are leading the Jacksonville Jaguars 21-10 with 6:02 left in the third quarter.
Wow. What a turnaround. I don't really care how thick this or wide that highlighting is right there. I want to kind of like, what's the word I want to use? Give attention to that area. Have it stand out more. All right. That's pretty good. Now I'm going to shade with antique white. And I just want my shading lines to kind of be faint and not really that wide. So I'm going to kind of, before I move to that. Well, now Snickers is going to get in on the action. So I'm just going to use a small angle brush. And then if I feel that I need to make it wider, I will. But I don't really want that wide of a float. And that is too dark. Whoa, is that too dark? Need to blend that out a little bit better than that. Definitely painting like dirty today. Oof. That ain't good. See, it's very, very minimal. You can hardly see it in the camera. I mean, I will go back and probably darken it up a little bit, but I prefer to start off light and build. That's actually a little bit darker than what I would want. I know you can hardly see. I don't know what. Maybe my phone shifted a little bit. I don't know. It kind of just gives like a little old rustic feel as well. And I think that just gives it more of a pretty look. And I'm gonna see. I have a pretty small angle brush. Let's just see. I mean, I'm gonna put a shiny paint on here, but you never know. It's gonna be a thin coat. I might be able to get away with some shading lines on this snow. We will see. Or not. All right, let me get that stuff out. It's not the color I used before. What did I use? Try this and see how it goes. I just want a little bit of glisten. I'm not worried about covering up these score marks because I'm going to be gluing stuff on there. That just kind of gives it a little bit of a shine. You can't really see it in the camera. I'm just going to do it on the snow. I'll have to dig out my score marks for sure. Boy, these animals are on a roll today. Like I said, I'm not going to do it on the white stuff around the door, only because that's icing, it's not snow. definitely put another coat on. I don't know if you can see at all that that's shiny. Doesn't look like you can see that in the camera. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and paint those gumdrops. And other larger ones, I'm gonna do avocado. I don't know if I can put, that glitter is just that I have from Decor. It's not their finest. At least what I have is not. I might have got a bad few bottles, but it's not all that. Now I know the highlighting color for avocado is light avocado, but honestly you can't see it. I mean, I'll try it, but I really can't. I don't think you can see it all that well. And then I am going to use use light avocado on the smaller bushes up front. See, it's very minimal. I might go back and do celery green. That I know you'll see. Yeah, you really can't see that. And what's interesting, I mean, there's a big difference in the colors when you hold them side by side, but highlighting with it, So you can see the difference like that, but highlighting, so we'll try that celery green. And I'm just gonna highlight the top of it. A little bit harsher line than what I normally do, but all right, I'm gonna try doing a little bit of shading. And And then I'm gonna screw it all the way up by putting glitter on. So I'm gonna try this one product I bought. I'm gonna just put that on something real quick and see how it dries. And I'm using black green. Ooh, that's too much. Yikes. All right, let's see what this is all about. Because I want to kind of give the illusion of sugar. So I think glitter will do that. But I don't want it to change the way it looks. So what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna use a cruddy brush. I'm just gonna put it right here on this, and let's see how it dries. We'll see if it dries clear or it stays white, because I don't want it to be white. So we will see how that dries. But that kind of gives that sugary effect. So we'll just see. It's drying somewhat clear. All right. Let's go for it. And here's the deal. If it doesn't work out, I'll repaint it. Which is sad, because I actually like the way my bushes looked. So we'll see. I can see there's chunks of stuff in there. I don't know. Maybe something I'll do. See how you can see chunks of stuff in there? I mean, there's definitely, something I would consider doing. Alright, let's just try it. Let me just see if it actually works. I mean, it lightens it some, but does it make it, like, shiny? I'm wondering if I did a watered down. No. Now that might actually work. Just have to do it again. The shading and the highlighting. You just never know what you're going to get into. I mean, that's going on way thicker than what I would like, but just trying to get that little glisten. Alright, I'm gonna quit fussing with it. I'll go back and do my shading and highlighting again. And here's the thing, if I don't like it, I will recut it and redo. And I think you're gonna have to let that dry a lot. Why not? I mean, I don't think you can see it in the camera, but there's like little chunks here and there in that glitter. And I can't get that covered up. So let's try and go over it with some white. It definitely changed the color of these things. I don't know how I feel about that stuff. So we'll start again with highlighting and shading. It's kind of hard to even see the color change. Well, you can see that. You can see that. What time is it? 12:07. And you can see that. I'm not painting very good today. But you'll have that from time to time. Let's see here. I just want a little lightness. And that's gonna have to do. I'm just done fussing with it today. As I pick up my brush and fuss with it some more. All right. Now I gotta fix this stuff. Because believe it or not, you can see the difference between just having white paint and then this shiny stuff. It makes a huge, huge difference. All right, good enough. I'm done with it. Just done. All right, where am I? Oh, something I needed to do and I didn't do is I need to paint this green as well. And I think I'll stick with the avocado. It's a darker green. Didn't even think about that. You can't see. Alexa, what's the score of the Chicago Bears game?
Right now, the Chicago Bears are leading the Jacksonville Jaguars 35-16 with 6:51 left in the fourth quarter.
Wow. I think I might even... Something don't look right here, but I don't... Yeah, something doesn't look right on this particular piece. There's like a line missing or something. Yeah, something doesn't look right. That might have to be a redo. Because something's definitely not right. some days when it rains, it pours. Hmm. Hello. So that's gonna have to be a recut because I forgot to include certain lines on that. So I won't be painting that today. And that happens. That does happen. But I'm glad I was able to discover it, and then I can get it fixed before I started painting it. And I'd have to stop. So, all right. I think what I'll do, just to get a coat of paint on here, because I am going to be wrapping this up. Let's see. These need painted green. These little dots. Hopefully you can see. Now whether I'll glue them on or not, I don't know. I might just go back and use my stylus or the end of my paintbrush and paint them that way. Okay, I'm trying to remember what goes with what. A lot of pieces here. Not sure what these are. These are the buttons. Hearts for the face. Heart for the door. I don't know what these are. This is the doorknob. So, might be a good time to quit for the day. Because our company will be here shortly. So I paint the windows. I gotta redo my sticky board. That last painting session did it. Boy, Snickers is on a roll with her snickerdoodles. She just keeps saying it over and over, and I'm gonna move this because it'd be my luck I'd get paint on it. Probably ought to move that. $12.20. Here comes our company. And he's kind of early. So, with that being said, I need to get off of here because it's that time of the day on Sunday. Whoa. So I'm gonna have to continue this next weekend. So, to the person that joined late, thank you for stopping in. I will be trying to finish this up next weekend, but got quite a bit done. But there's a lot of pieces to this particular design, but it's going to be super cute. So, I'll show you kind of what we did today. I redid my gingerbread. Painted this. This is gonna go on here like this. Did this as well. Kind of did a shiny, hello. Kind of did a shiny paint on there to kind of give the illusion of snow, because even though it's icing, you know, it's snow. So I wanted a little bit of shininess, add a little bit of shininess to my bushes to give them a little, you know, they're supposed to be, what are they, gumdrops? So wanted a little bit of shine to that as well. And that's where we are. So we're getting there. So I want to thank you for stopping in. And we'll see you again. Take care. Bye-bye.